All right, everyone. So, welcome to, I think, your final session of the day. Today's session is just all about joining the team and becoming a Lumio ambassador. Um, I'm assuming most of you have at least been in Lumio or have done a lesson in Lumio before, but you are in for a very easy, quick 30 minutes to end your day. So first things first, I'm gonna have you jump in to the session today if you can. There's just some activities that we'll complete together. On this slide, you'll also see that I have a little agenda link. It is the same one that is in today's chat. On that agenda, you'll see pretty much everything we'll quickly walk through. We typically do a student perspective here in the ambassador session, just so we can see it a little bit for those that have never seen it before. We'll also recreate the game. That way you can put it on your application and you can get into our community. And there's all the resources that you'll need for today. My email is on there. So, a little bit about me before we jump in. My name is Michelle Conway Gray. I'm the regional uh, professional development specialist for the East Coast. So, all of you would fall under our East Coast ambassadors, which is always nice for us to have. I'm gonna put my link in the chat. I live in Little Egg Harbor, New Jersey, just a little bit at the shore here in New Jersey. I was a middle school math teacher in Charleston, South Carolina, so there is a theme here. I love the beach, and then I also was an instructional technology coach in this school district of Philadelphia for several years. Doing all the things that we do nowadays as teachers, helping them implement all the software and digital tools and all the things. Yep, Zara, I'm pretty much like right outside, like right near Atlantic City, like kind of dead center of Atlantic City and LBI. And then so funny that you taught at Goose Creek. I taught at Northwoods Middle School in North Charleston. So I think some of my kids either, filtered into Goose Creek or but yeah, oh my God, that's so funny. I wonder if we were probably in the same, maybe at the same time. I don't know. And then Zara, my used to be in Ocean City. That's incredible. Yeah, that's a life goal for my husband and I to end up in Ocean City full time. My parents have a beach house in Sea City, but it's pretty desolate um, and all year round. So Ocean City would be a dream of ours to end up in. Anywho, that's a little bit about me. My email is right here. If you ever need me, this email is open to all of you. You are more than welcome to email me at any time. But if you're more of a social person, you can find me at Techie Millennial on all platforms, not just Instagram and Twitter. Also, TikTok nowadays, but not much is happening over there. All right, so I love this quote, especially for the ambassador platform ambassador session. No significant learning can occur without a significant relationship. So that is what the ambassador platform is all about. So why become an ambassador? It's giving you the opportunity to connect with like-minded individuals that use Lumio, and this is a global company. So you're going to see that it is global. That's why I wanted to do it for today's session, because it's kind of on theme, on brand to the global theme here. It's also a closed community. So it's not going to be people trying to like sell you ads and things like that. So that is one reason why I become an ambassador. The big one here is the learn. So there's tips and tricks. You can find new ideas, new resources. All of that is in our ambassador platform, which we'll take a look at in just a few. And then you can showcase your learning. So there are certificates that you can get badges, you can get spotlighted. We have a Lumio Palooza coming up this summer, and we have ambassadors lead sessions. So that's another way that you can showcase. I am sure a lot of you do amazing things in Lumio, and if you want to show it off, you can do a quick little 30-minute, 45-minute session for us for Lumio Palooza. So that all starts with becoming an ambassador. We recently fresh got a fresh look. It had a different platform before, and now it has a nice new fresh look. So we are going to take a look at that. So once you get access to the platform, you'll be able to join discussions, and you'll be able to find links to our socials super quickly. Because Lumio is both smart and Lumio, so you have smart boards and those products. So you have two different products you can jump into. So if I jump into Lumio here, I can join discussions and find out different things that are happening in the discussion board. I also can throw in some questions, and you'll see that there aren't a lot going on because this is a brand new platform. We migrated everyone from the old platform to the new one late December, probably around Christmas when everyone was on Christmas break. So it's definitely new to everyone. And then what I like about it is it's a one-stop shop. So I can find events happening, webinars that are coming up. I can go back to past webinars that have happened recently since we migrated over and just watch quick recordings. Also, ambassadors find out what's happening, what's new. So they'll know about features coming out before just an everyday user. So I know today, if you've been in any of my Lumio sessions today, I also give a little like, hey, this is coming out soon, but this is going to be the spot where you find things out. You also have learn and engage. So if you want to learn more about how to become different levels of ambassadors, you can find that out. We also have a certified trainer community that get paid to do training on our behalf. You can request to join that, and that's when you get put into one of these categories, and you just go through some courses to become a certified trainer. But it all starts again with becoming an ambassador. Any questions about the platform? I'm a clicker, so sometimes I just need to get into something and explore on my own. But if there's any questions, pop them in the chat, or it is a small group. So definitely come off mute if you have any questions. All right, so that's a little bit about the Ambassador platform. And then we always have a Lumio educators group that we encourage our Facebook group that we encourage our ambassadors to like help answer questions in there. But yeah, so just two communities for you to join, hopefully today. But before we dive into all the things, and just to remind myself, we started at 2:40. Yeah, yeah, we did. I just had a session before this, so my timing gotta today's 30 minutes. All right, so self-assessment. I just want to know where this crew feels they fall in the Lumio journey, in your Lumio journey. So I'm going to change this to a whole class whiteboard space. There's infinitely cloned cars in the corner. You should be able to drag at least one of them to where you feel you fall. I love self-assessment check-ins like this, especially with my students when I'm doing things with them. But you should be able to drag one of these cars. Yep, it looks like they're already doing it. I love that. And this session file is linked on the bottom if you ever want to use any of these resources. Perfect. We have a novice, and on any of these, and it is totally okay becoming an ambassador as a novice because, like I said, I just showed you there's so many resources that will help you feel like you can move into developing or proficient or an expert. I would love to connect with Zara. Uh, Definitely encourage you if you're feeling like you're getting to becoming an expert, try out that certified trainer community. Beautiful. I love this. So we're kind of all over the place, but that is perfect. All right, so we're just going to do some fun activities, and then we'll recreate these activities to put in our application. But this first activity, I just want you to rank yourself. It's opinion based. If money were no option, how would you spend your time? Sorry, I love that. Yeah, I still make mistakes all the time. Like I was doing a session a few weeks ago that I did like a would you rather, and it was supposed to be infinitely cloned. The image was there, but I forgot to infinitely clone it when I was building. So you make mistakes, but it's easy to go back and edit real quick. I'll be honest, like I probably do a lot of sleeping, probably a lot of relaxing, a lot of sleeping, a lot of relaxing. I probably wouldn't do a lot of exercising, but I would do a lot of traveling. I would do so much traveling. I would definitely not do any working if money was no object. Probably spend some time with my fam. Should probably volunteer. I would probably want to also focus on my personal growth. But if you've ever used Lumio before, you know there's so many different games. There's like 12 different games, and in some of the games you can actually choose no check to make it opinion based. So there's no right or wrong answers. Let's see what my crew said they would do. Average said most of us would travel. Yeah, I'm actually shocked I said traveling as far down the list as I did. I probably would spend a lot of time traveling. I love traveling. Beautiful. Love that. And we'll build that one out together. So building off of that, think about what you, oh, hopefully did I give everyone enough time to finish? Let me make sure. I saw someone was still working. All right. So hopefully you just think in your mind from that list, like what you would think would be your most time spent doing. So your top choice, how would you prioritize this activity? Fill out some of these questions here. You don't have to do all of them. But I like Lumia because I can pair the game with graphic organizers. I can, there's so many templates I can choose from that I can make different activities off of the template. So I'm going to make this individual. Should all be able to hit start. And sorry, kind of going back to your forgetting to hit individual handouts. So I actually, you can see here how I do it. And honestly, personal choice. I actually like explaining the activity to my kiddos or my participants before I switch it over to that interactive space, because if I was teaching, they would probably start hitting start and start working on it before I was done explaining it. So that is one thing I will say. Sometimes I like just like converting it on the fly by going to the classroom management tab and then switching it. Yep, beautiful. Oh yeah, you can double it up too, duplicate it. Let's see. I have my teacher handout. So I would probably say I would prioritize traveling by traveling, and I would add an image of me traveling. Maybe spell it right would be a great start. Oh no. Do do do.
So I'm the kid that totally doesn't remember the list ahead of the page. So
It's
for
okay.
people like me, like
Oh,
what would you suggest?
great question, Bonnie. I love that one. Classroom management tab. I can switch you to student pacing, and now you can go up to that previous slide. Um, Great question.
Oh my God, I feel like an
No,
idiot.
you're fine. You're fine. I'm gonna switch you back to teacher pacing just for hopefully you were able to grab your idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, sometimes you just have to like refresh the page if you need to. My husband and I, we've been doing a good job of like prioritizing like some sort of small little trip, or maybe it's a bigger trip. Um, I had to do a conference in London in January, and he was able to go out and meet me there. And the UK is awesome. I've never been there before, so we had so much fun exploring. I know my my Sarah. I actually am going back down to Charleston in a few weeks. My mother-in-law lives in Charleston, so I'm gonna be right back in good old Charleston soon. So yeah, hopefully you were able to have fun and fill this out. It doesn't have to be like super in depth. But I just wanted to show for those that are newer to Lumio that you can convert it into an individual space and your students can fill it out. Family, Bonnie, you're too cute. Not me being like sleeping, traveling, extra, like putting family so down the list. My mom would kill me. My mom would kill me. Um, Traveling, perfect, Trish. So you can put done button. So I'm actually gonna just keep us my where does she live? So she my mother-in-law lives in Mount Pleasant, which is awesome because they literally have every store under the sun. So if I ever forget anything, they have all the stores in Mount Pleasant. I lived in West Ashley for when I first lived down there, and then I moved over to Mount Pleasant. Travel lets you see your family. Christina, you are again too cute of a response because me, I would be like, where am I going so far away to take a break from life and my family? But no, travel does let me see my family when I get to go to Charleston, my own personal family. I'm like, see you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just like such a large Italian family or large Irish family on my side, not my in-laws. Scrapbooking. I love that. And it wasn't even an option. I love that. I love that. All right. So this is always a fun activity that we can just go on and on about, but I'm going to keep it moving now. And we are going to do a quick little response together. So our whole group poll is how will the group spend their time? So I'm going to hit start for class. And you will see on your end, if money was no object, where are you spending most of your time? And we kind of already saw this in when I brought up the live results from the game, but this was another way that you could maybe just have your students vote instead of doing the game. You could just have them vote just using response. I can see live results. So right now, E is getting the most love. Traveling, traveling. So this is another way that you could have people interact with this question. I forgot to silence my mail, so let me get out of that so that doesn't keep happening. Alrighty, so what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna switch gears and we're gonna build some of these and then we're gonna use this file to apply to the Ambassador platform, okay? So I'm going to have us all get out of this student side and we're gonna switch over to that teacher perspective. So we're gonna actually open up our own Lumio. And I can also kick people out if I need to. But I'm going to end the lesson and I'm going to hop over to my homepage. Once you are on your homepage, if you could just put your ID, your class ID in the chat, just so I know you're on your homepage, or just say homepage in the chat, either one, that way, perfect. Um, I know we are all on the same page. At this point, I'm sure I saw most of us are pretty proficient in Lumio. You can probably apply with any of the files that you have. But just for the sheer fact of today, we're just going to go under new, right under your name. And we're going to choose game-based activity. Desiree. So I'm 246157. Your code would be right here. So your code would be whatever your code is on your homepage.
Should I just leave your class then?
Oh, yes, 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 yes. So that little
Oh, okay.
tour icon should bring you out and you should be able to bop back in and, as a teacher.
Says join a new class or no exit.
Perfect. No, no, no. Do you see at the very bottom, and they couldn't have made it smaller? It says, "Are you a teacher?"
Okay, hold on. I'm getting back in.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay. I see it. Okay.
yeah. They couldn't have made that text any smaller. But we're gonna have you hop in there, and then you'll be on your homepage. While we wait for Desiree, I'm just gonna have you open up new right under your name, and you're gonna choose game-based activities. From here, you should have rank order. At any time, you have these little graduation caps if you need to like see how something works, but we're going to do rank order. And then we'll do most important to the least important. Maybe I add some image. I could add images like the actual game we did had, but for time's sake, I'm just going to type about traveling, seeing, spending time. Oh, nope. Spending time with family. I keep hitting my mouse wrong. Sleeping, learning a new skill. I don't even think that was one of the options. Uh, all right, Trish, I am gonna show you one more time. So Trish, Trisha, right under your name. On your home page, you should see new, and there's an option here for game-based activities. And there's an option for rank order right here. Let me know if you get there. Perfect. And then traveling, spending time, sleeping, learning a new skill. Why am I blanking? I think one was like relaxing. Um, Reading a book. Yeah, so there's a little student share link. So when we hop out, we're gonna have to find that link. So we're going to I'll show you where you can get that link. Great question, Desiree. And then, that is what I'm gonna keep just for this rank order. And all you need to do is hit next. There's all different themes that we can choose from. I think the one had like a chalkboard custom theme, but just for time's sake, I'm just going to choose one of these themes. I wish one had like money or something, but it's fine. I'm just going to go with this monster one and I'm going to hit finish. Once it is done and loaded, it will appear. Hopefully it's not just my Wi-Fi. Okay, beautiful. So right up here, we're just going to title this application game. Ambassador, maybe ambassador application game. And hit finish editing. I'm actually going to edit this activity real fast. So one thing that I Forgot to mention is the checking answers option. Because this is opinion based, I actually don't want it to check answers. I'm actually keeping it as don't check. Okay. That's one thing that you want to do if you want to do an opinion based game. You want it to say don't check. And we are recording this session. So if you need to go back to anything, we have a recording. And then you just have to hit finish editing. And it's going to just bring you right back to your home page. And there's the game ready to go. Next, what we're going to do is I'm going to put in the chat the survey or the application. So I'm going to actually put that in the chat now because we are going to apply with that game. I know, 5-minute warning, Patrick. I'm going. That's why we're doing the application now. So if you click on that link, you should have this application open. We are working on shortening it. This is what they've used like years and for years, but we requested that we shorten it. And from here, you're just going to fill out this application. You're going to put your first, your last name, your school address, or whatever one you prefer to be connected to your ambassador email. It can be your personal if you want it to be. Role, school name, your country. Just like briefly describe like how you're using Lumio here. But the one thing that you will need to do, and it trips people up, is submit an example of how you're using one of the smart tools, which is Lumio. If we come back to Lumio, each one of your tiles has these 3 little dots. Okay? In these 3 dots, there's a share link. For the application, you're going to take this top link of the game and you are going to paste it right here where it says submit an example. Okay? Going back to Desiree's question, there's a student share link right here. And I would just post that on the assignment just like I would Google Classroom. Okay? So this link would let the kids kind of work on the assignment on their own. They don't have to do that live session with me. It would allow them to play this game by themselves on a device. That's what that student link would do. All right. And then honestly, like you don't have to like go in super depth with all of these responses. And then once you are done, you're going to hit submit. In a few days, you'll probably get an email that says you've been accepted into the Ambassador platform, and then you'll have access to that community platform that I showed you earlier. And again, all of that is linked here. So highly recommend like starring this agenda, and that agenda is also pinned at the top. I'm going to hop right back into my file and I'll wrap up here. Once you get, like I said, once you get in the community, say hello, introduce yourself, or maybe post a question if you have any. We have all these resources to help you keep growing in Lumio. I said we had a bunch of social platforms you can join and be a part of. And then again, if you have any questions, you are more than welcome to email me. And then just make sure you're hitting submit on this application. But the big one that trips people up is that teacher share link, but hopefully you were able to put that into this application. And Patrick, I'll turn it to you if you need to say anything, last minute things.
No, if you guys could just take a minute to look in the chat, I've pinned the attendance form for this session. So before you you wrap things up and head into the wrap-up session, just go ahead and enter your attendance information, please.
And I'm looking forward to, you know, growing with my East Coast ambassadors here at Anne Arundel.
Anne Arundel.
Anne Arundel. Love that. That's the little Philly in me, Arundel, you know. I got it. Anne Arundel. I like it. And it is 3:10, so I know that you might have somewhere else to go at this time, but definitely keep that ambassador tab open. That way you can apply if you haven't already done so. But again, it's also linked right here in the agenda. So I'll bold that right there. And I'll hang out for a few minutes if anyone has any questions. Zara, you definitely are going to apply. Okay? Not probably, you are. Because just based off of what you're saying, I think you would be an awesome fit for the community. Maggie, go ahead.
I have a question. Whatever happened to Smart Exchange?
All right, girl, great question. So it's not anywhere. It's just the Lumio library now. They just rebranded a lot. So Smart
Okay.
Exchange is now just Lumio library, right on Lumio. They just
And
brought a
can
lot of the
you?
files in, but you can definitely still use like notebooks and all those things. And
Okay.
you'll actually see some Smart Exchange files like hidden in that Lumio library, but they try to clean out Smart Exchange as much as they could, but that's what Lumio library is now.
Okay, can you show me the Lumio library?
Yeah.
Just real quick. I have a feeling I know, but okay, got it. Yep.
Yep. And
It,
then
of course, takes me to my stuff every time I go in, and I never have time to really explore.
if you search, like, I'm going to just say time, you can tell if you are a Smart Exchange person, you can tell which files probably, like this to me was probably a notebook file, like at one point. You
Yep.
can tell like by the look of it. Yeah. I love Smart Exchange. I actually still like somewhat go into notebook every once in a while because there's some tools in there that I like, but I'm pretty much in Lumio most of the time now.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
All right. No worries. All right, if there's any more questions, I'm happy to hang out. If not, I will let you all go. Zara, don't play with me. You're applying.
Probably. I don't know. I'm also doing
It's
like
not too much pressure. It's just for I think you would be a good fit. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
no. I mean, I don't even do that. Like I do that. It's funny because I do know look at it. You like, what does it actually require? Like that's when you check into more.
Nothing's required. It's just like if you want to get involved a little bit more, it always starts with the ambassador.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's really just a spot for people to a place where like-minded learners for Lumio can be in one spot. If the Facebook group is more like low stakes for you, that's another spot you can go into.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, but the ambassador platform, like I said, we do like events every once in a while, and we pull from our ambassadors, and that's where they find the information for those things. But yeah, it's up to you.
Thank you for that. No, I probably will. It just
Yeah.
has to be good.
Yeah. No worries. No worries.
Well, thank you for being here, and
Yeah.
I hope the weather's doing okay in Jersey.
Oh, it's not.